Which of these robots will begin selling first? Today on AI News, I'm breaking down several new humanoid advancements, plus I'll show you a brand new robot. But before that, this is the first footage of the 1-month-old Kai humanoid taking its first steps. And this robot is planned for wide-scale production and sales later this year. But look at the way that it walks. This is the first proof that this isn't just a human in a suit. And as for this robot's stats, it stands 173 centimeters or about 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 70 kilograms or about 154 pounds. Now, this is being moved with a controller, but this is all 115 degrees of freedom moving minus the hands. And this employs 18,000 sensing points with a resolution of just 0.1 newtons, and it covers 80% of the body. One of the points here, as for new tech, is that the battery is 1.7 kilowatt hours, and it's a semi-solid state with over 3 hours of runtime, and it features a payload of 20 kilograms or about 48.5 pounds when lifting with both arms. And when it comes to its AI brain, it uses a 3-part closed-loop world model. But in just a moment, I'm going to show you a brand new humanoid, which may have even less competition, as Boston Dynamics just experienced a wave of executive departures over the last few months, including the retirement of its chief executive officer, its chief operating officer, its chief security officer, and its chief technical officer. And this is due to the board of Boston Dynamics, under pressure from its major owner Hyundai, pushing the leadership out over concerns about the company's competitive position, as Hyundai wants to deploy tens of thousands of humanoids into its car factories as soon as possible, and it's pressing for faster delivery, while Boston Dynamics is currently only producing about 4 Atlas humanoids per month. So they're planning to transition to production at a new manufacturing facility soon, with Boston Dynamics saying the leadership changes are to support mass manufacturing and scaling as it prepares for an initial public offering so that retail investors can purchase stock in the company. But what do you think a fair valuation would be for Boston Dynamics' market capitalization upon issuing public stock? Is this a case of corporate hot potato or the investment opportunity of a lifetime? And now for a brand new humanoid, never before seen. This is from X-humanoid, and it's named the OMNI. And while the company didn't release the full spec sheet yet, it's highly likely that OMNI's stats will either meet or exceed the company's recently released 3.0 version, which featured a height of 169 centimeters or just over 5 feet 6 inches tall, and 43 degrees of freedom throughout its body. Whereas for strength, it features 400 newton meters of peak torque, and it uses the WISE Kaiwu Universal Embodied AI system, which operates on a 3-step closed loop of perception, decision, and execution for autonomous operation. Then, for high-level cognition, the robot uses a world model plus a vision language model for scene interpretation, language understanding, reasoning, and task decomposition, whereas its real-time control system relies on a visual language action model plus autonomous navigation for obstacle avoidance and task execution. And it features a multi-agent system for cross-platform compatibility, asynchronous task coordination, as well as autonomous scheduling across multiple robots simultaneously. But the question is, how much would you, the consumer, pay for this robot? And how important is it that the robot can perform dexterous manipulation? Because if a robot like OMNI doesn't include working hands, could hands simply be attached like you connect a mouse or a keyboard to a computer? For example, here's the 15 degree of freedom Allex hand from WiRobotics using the RLDX1 AI system from a company named Real World. And what you're seeing here is the RLDX-1 using its vision language action model, meaning it perceives the world visually and then understands natural language instructions to translate them into precise physical actions. Plus, the RLDX-1 also uses what's known as native multisensory data, allowing it to treat torque and tactile feedback as core data modalities rather than secondary inputs, so that the robot can finally feel objects as it manipulates them, just like a human. And to teach it these skills, RL World uses a proprietary capture system to film skilled workers, and this generates 4D plus multimodal data, combining 3D movement with tactile feedback to create incredibly high quality training sets. Meanwhile, a fully dexterous humanoid named Neo is now being manufactured by 1X in Hayward, California. But unlike traditional robotics companies that simply assemble third-party parts, 1X Technologies has now achieved true vertical integration, designing and building every critical component in-house, from their high-torque Revo 2 motors to their aerospace-grade battery packs. This new manufacturing facility spans 58,000 square feet, where they claim the machines build the machines. And they just released some footage of the Neo robots already working to stock parts for assembly technicians and collect real-world data to refine the 1X world model. And as for its AI, each Neo robot uses what's called the Neo Cortex, which is powered by NVIDIA's Jetson Thor, and it allows the robot to think and perceive using its 8.85 megapixel stereo cameras and beamforming microphones. And with a current capacity of 10,000 units annually and plans to hit 100,000 plus by 2027, 1X is racing to meet the massive demand from its pre-order campaign, with purchase options being a $499 per month leasing option, or else an outright purchase price of $20,000 US. And it's very likely that all of these robots will use a voice to interact with humans, which is why Elon Musk's artificial intelligence startup xAI just expanded its audio suite by launching Custom Voices, which is a new cloning feature integrated into the xAI console. So this tool allows developers and users to create a functional voice clone using just 60 seconds of natural speech.
Nice to meet you, Jane. How can I help?
Okay, let me make sure that I got that right.
Is that jane.doe@gmail.com?
Is that spelled jane.doe@gmail.com?
So this feature was launched as a value add for Grok 4.3 users and developers at no additional cost. Anyways, make sure to click here for more of the latest in AI and robotics news, and thanks for watching.